Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your bonus reading. You guys had the highest viewership again last week, so thank you so much. Somebody called you guys the Crab Army. I like that a lot, but in any event, I'm very connected with my Cancer army, or Crab Army as it is. All right, I'm going to start out by letting you know that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Cancer sign. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Cancer, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Cancer? Cancer. I hope all my Cancer signs had a good birthday. Today is the last day of, Cancer season. Tomorrow we start in with Leo season. All right, so you're starting out with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You have the Ten of Cups reversed and the Six of Pentacles reversed. So there's an imbalance here in your energy, and it's karmically related. It's either a karmic cycle or a karmic lesson. So I do feel like you're very unhappy about it. It could be a loss of finances for some of you that, because I'm getting a lot of coins here. So take it as it resonates for you. It's a loss of some sort. It could be a breakup. But regardless whether it's finances or whether it is to do with a breakup, there is a sense of feeling emotionally discontent, wanting this cycle to end, wanting to find balance in your life again. You could have, if this is a relationship issue, you could have been dealing with somebody who breadcrumbed you. Let me see who is in your energy. Show me who is in Cancer's energy. All right, the person in your energy, we have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands and the Prince of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, the Prince of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles in this deck. So the person in your energy, I feel like this person does want to balance things out with you. They do want to, have success with this. And I feel like they're willing to fight for that. There's some sort of decision that they're making right now. You may not be talking with this person. There could be a lack of communication right now. I will also tell you that if that's the case and this person is, you're not communicating, I feel like this person's contemplating coming to see you. If you are communicating with them, they're trying to figure out what it is that they want to say to you. So I actually feel like they do want to work this out. Let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. Now, this could be anybody. Take it as it resonates. It could be a coworker. It could be a family member. It could be somebody you've been in a relationship with. All right, we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. So, yeah, you've had conflict with this person. And it got ugly. It was damaging conflict. It was going nowhere. So you have felt a sense of loss and a sense of instability. And I also feel like you've withdrawn, like you may have been very nurturing towards this person at one point, and you've really withdrawn that nurturance as well. This person is trying to decide how it is that they can approach you in order to work things out. And I actually feel like you would like to work things out as well. So let me see, show me what's affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting this connection for Cancer, please. Doesn't want to come out. Show me what's affecting this relationship. Fear. Yeah, it's fear, and it's on both sides. Fearing on your side, fearing that it can't be worked out, that it's just going to have to be written off as a loss. And this person is fearing that no matter what they do, it's not going to work out, that they're just going to be met with more conflict. So you both are in a state of fear. And here's the thing, Cancer, is that this has become because it's not being dealt with and you both want it dealt with, it's becoming a bigger issue than it actually is. So what I do in situations like that, because we all go through that, when we don't deal with something, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So ask yourself, what's the worst thing that can happen? I mean, you're already unhappy. You know what I'm saying? You're already feeling that sense of loss and that sense of instability with this person. And the cross watcher as well. So what's the worst that could happen if you tried to work it out with Cancer? You know, what's the worst that it could happen? Are you making it bigger in your mind? Already there's this disruption here. So, you know, I kind of operate off of that a lot because we can let those fears build. Let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Cancer. Temptation in the reverse. Now, temptation is the devil card, okay, in this deck. So, yeah, you'll be coming out of some sort of a toxic cycle or a toxic energy here. Now, for you, this is karmically related. I don't know if you're dealing with a karmic or it's just a karmic lesson. But right now, it's really destabilizing you. If you could work this out, I feel like there'd be some healing that's taken place. Neither of you want to deal with toxicity, but there's a door that needs to be walked through, and you have to have the courage, the strength to walk through that door, as does this person. So, bottom of the deck is the Star card. I love this because that means that the underlying energy here is one of healing. It's one of hope, and it's heart generated as well. Now, you could be dealing with an Aquarius, a Capricorn, a Leo, and I'll let you know if I see any other signs. Spirit, why is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse for Cancer? Why is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse for Cancer? And not everybody here is dealing with somebody that you are in a romantic relationship with. I'm really getting that on this particular reading, which, you know, normally, because I do love readings a lot, and normally I don't get that. So just take it as it resonates for you. For some of you, it is somebody you've been in a love relationship. Other people, it could be a family member, a friend, a coworker for that matter. All right. Oh, so you're waiting to resolve this. You're tired of worrying about it. You're tired of it feeling unstable, tired of feeling the loss. So I feel like, you know, this has caused you quite a bit of anxiety, and you would like it resolved. You would like it to be worked out, but you're waiting. I feel like you're wanting this person to approach you. Let me see the Ten of Cups in reverse. Show me the Ten of Cups in the reverse. There's that Devil card again, which tells me, Cancer, that you definitely do not want to deal with anybody toxic. Are you thinking that this person is a little bit toxic in the way they approach things? Yeah, Ten of Wands and the Devil in reverse. Yeah, you're saying, yeah, this is burdensome, this is heavy. I'm tired of carrying this, but at the same time, I don't want to deal with somebody who, you know, is going to be toxic. I just can't do it anymore. It's too overwhelming. It makes me unhappy. So you're avoiding any kind of toxic energy here. Let me see the Six of Pentacles. Show me the Six of Pentacles in reverse for Cancer. Show me the Six of Pentacles reversed. Well, that's a little much, so your energy's coming out pretty readily. Show me the Six of Pentacles in reverse for Cancer, please. A little too readily. All right, so yeah, you're willing to work things out. However, only if this person gives you an equal give and take. You have the Eight of Coins, you have the Queen of Swords reversed. So this tells me that you likely cut this person out, and you may even be very angry with them, which would make a lot of sense because that's why you're waiting for them to come to you to resolve this. It's almost like you're saying, I'm unhappy about it. I feel the loss, but I'm not dealing with somebody who's just going to continue to be toxic. Instead, I'm going to continue to work on, you know, my pentacles here. I'm going to continue to, you know, look at this. I'm willing, I'm open, you know, to some degree, but only if they can approach me in a non-toxic manner. And that's really important to you. And that makes a sense, because what I've seen with a lot of the Cancer readings lately, you know, that I've done, is that you guys have done a lot of work on yourself, and you don't want to be involved with somebody else that's not going to work on themselves. That's problematic for you, and I can understand why. It would lower your vibration. So you're looking at this, you're not really liking what you see right now. You feel this person is breadcrumbing you or coming at you in an unbalanced, toxic way. And so I feel like a lot of you are just putting your energy right now into your work, into how you make your money, because money could be a little bit of an issue for you right now, and you're wanting to increase your finances. So I am seeing that you may have cut this person out. You're not going to talk to them unless they approach you, and they approach you in a non-toxic manner. So let's look at their energy, because Spirit is saying that there's hope here. There's hope of healing, and that in order to gain that, we have to have an open heart. So let me see the Two of Pentacles. And I do think you're right, because in this particular deck, this is a trumpet flower. Now, trumpet flower, it's called the angel trumpet flower. The angel trumpet flower is very interesting because it is a beautiful, beautiful flower. However, it can be used to lower inhibitions. It can be used and manipulate people or cause death. So there is some toxic element here, although I do feel that this person hides it very well. Show me this Two of Pentacles for the person in Cancer's energy. All right, so we have the Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Hierophant reversed, and the Three of Cups. All right, so this person in your energy also wants to resolve things. Like I said, they do want to balance this out. They're also feeling a deep sense of loss here. Now, you could be dealing with a Virgo, Capricorn. I'm seeing strong Taurus energy. This person wants to meet up with you and talk about how things ended, why things ended, what can be done to balance this out. I will say that this person does tend to be a little bit self-centered. They tend to think about their wants and needs first. They're not as deeply committed as what I feel that you would want, particularly if this is a love relationship. This person enjoys their freedom, and they enjoy, you know, going out with friends, family, perhaps dating. But that means that they're also very well aware of what it is that you want and how you're feeling. So they definitely are aware of what's going on with you. I do feel like they do want to work this out. They want to talk about it. They want to meet up. So let me see, because, oh yeah, bottom of the deck's the Six of Swords. That means this person's wanting to take it out of the chaos that this conflict caused and bring it to a more peaceful place. Show me the Six of Wands for the person in Cancer's energy. This person could be somebody who is prominent in the community, or, you know, they're in front of a lot of people. All right, we have the Four of Wands. We have the Five of Wands. Yeah, they want to bring stability back into the situation. They want to bring it up, and they want to actually bring the two of you back together. So there could be some sort of a mutual event that the two of you could be attending. Could be a wedding or some sort of a party or celebration. And they may be hoping that it's at that point that they can talk to you, Cancer, that they can work this out. They definitely want to end the conflict that's here, and they want to bring stability back into this relationship. So let me see. And I feel like they feel you moving away from them, releasing them. Let me see the Prince of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, there it is again, the Five of Swords reversed. Everything about this is that this person is saying they want to resolve the conflict. they haven't told you, but they're also recognizing that they use very poor judgment here. Their fear is that you will not reconcile this, that you will not work this out with them. And that's a deep fear for them. So let me see the energy between Cancer and this person. This person may not have been offering you anything, particularly if it's a love interest. This person may have not wanted to commit to the relationship. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so they're reversing their stance here on some sort of a decision that they had made that caused all this conflict. And it looks like it has to do with an offer. Very interesting. So they've made the decision that they do want to work this out with you. That is really prominent in their energy. I do feel like you're waiting for them to approach you. You're waiting for them to offer a peace offering or offer something to you, or even just reach out in order to try to resolve this. So let me see, because I feel like you may have been the one who normally tries to work things out with this person. So at this point, you're like, no, if they can't, you know, at least come to me and try to work this out, then, you know, I'll just take the loss. Show me courage in reverse. You might be dealing with a Scorpio. Show me courage in reverse. Yeah, the Tower. So this caused a Tower moment for you. And the Nine of Wands. So you had whatever this conflict between you and this person, it was a Tower moment for you. And it's also caused you to realize that this relationship, whatever type of relationship, it wasn't built on a strong enough foundation. Why? Well, because there was toxicity. And that's what you're saying. Look, there were too many problems with all this toxic energy. I'm not willing to do that. That's what caused all this unhappiness. So yeah, this was difficult. I feel like you felt like everything kind of crashed and burned. And now, in order for you to deal with this person, they're going to have raised their vibration. They're going to have to come to you in a non-toxic manner. And I just feel like you don't have a lot of hope that they can or will do that. But you never know, Cancer. I mean, you never say never. You just never know. And meanwhile, this person is over here trying to find the courage and the strength to work this out with you. They know you don't trust them, too. They know that you have absolutely no trust in them. But what their goal is to work things out, create a stable foundation, bring this together, instability, work it out, and grow from it. So I'm not seeing anything terrible in their energy currently. Let me see your outcome. Show me the outcome for Cancer. Page of Cups. Seven of Swords. Oh, I spoke too soon. We got that Seven of Swords, and then we have the Eight of Swords. So yeah, this is going to actually get a little bit worse before it gets better. I do feel that you're angry with this person because of deceitful behavior, lying, cheating, stealing, you know, some sort of deceitful behavior, some sort of very toxic energy. And I got to be honest with you, I spoke too soon because the Seven of Swords is in the upright, and that tells me that toxic behavior is still there. Yeah, very deceptive, but it is there. It's almost like a low energy, like everybody else looks at this person and thinks they're this hero or this wonderful person. But you've dealt with them enough to see that the toxic energy is there. It's made you really angry, and you've had plenty of time to really examine it. You feel this person owes you an apology. Yeah, you feel like this person owes you a deep apology. For some of you, especially if this is a love relationship, You've cut this person out. You have other options. I see at least 2 other options if this is a love connection. And I do feel like you will go with one of those 2 options, but you have more than one option here. Now, for others of you, if this is another type of relationship, which I am strongly getting that, you do feel that this person owes you an apology if they want to work this out. I don't see you coming towards them. I don't see you trying to resolve it because you don't want to play back into that toxic energy. In their energy, what they're saying is, you know, I want to resolve this because I have some feelings of guilt. I have some feelings of shame here. I know I used poor judgment, but there's no way that Cancer's going to let me, you know, come back into their energy. And I'm tired of worrying about this. And so then they kind of do this whole thing where they're saying, yeah, we could work this out, but I just give up because Cancer's not going to allow it, you know. It's just a hopeless situation. Cancer won't allow it. And that's absolutely not true. So if you're the cross watcher, what needs to take place is there has to be accountability, and there has to be a new approach that doesn't have toxic energy underlying it in order to work this out. You will have to approach Cancer in a non-toxic manner if you are going to work it out. Now, I do see that the underlying energy is that there is hope here. It is not a hopeless situation. So it's really going to determine what the other party does with regard to working this out, resolving this. Bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card in the reverse. You might be dealing with a Libra, but what this is telling me is that it's not hopeless, but right now it is still very unbalanced. And the Cancerian energy here feels a sense of injustice, imbalance, that they've been treated badly, that they've been treated wrong. It caused a tower moment for them, and that in order to resolve this, the underlying toxicity has to be addressed, and there's an apology and accountability that has to take place. So, and I think that that's actually very, that's not unreasonable. So let's pull an oracle card and see if there's some more advice for you, Cancer. Now, I don't see you budging either, Cancer. I see you kind of standing your ground on this. Number 34, and it's called entrapment. So let's read that. Interesting. You are letting too many things in your environment control your life. You've drawn this card because it's time for a shift in personal power. You're encouraged to take responsibility for your life and choose new ways of thinking that create change. The reality is that for you to make the changes you want, need, and desire, you need a system, daily discipline, and motivation. As long as you blame outside influences for any circumstance in your life, you are powerless. It's the government, it's your abusive background, the interest rates, and the bank's fault. The system that many ultra-successful people use is they read books every day, listen to audios, go to as many seminars as they can, practice recognizing others' achievements, and form relationships with like-minded people. Wow, if that does not say exactly what my Cancer signs are doing, because like I said, you're not going to deal with toxic energy. So if this person can't get on the same wavelength with you, I feel like you're just going to put a sharp stop to any kind of communication. So I feel like you felt entrapped in this relationship at some point, and now you're not. So good for you, Cancer. I actually like this reading for you quite a bit. So, you know, keep up the good work. I'm proud of you. I hope this has been helpful. If you have resonated with this, Cancer, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype this video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Cancer, know that you are loved, and namaste.